You are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Okay, so this morning, it was like a string of good things happening, one after another. These delights and pleasant surprises everywhere I turned. One was, oh my gosh, I discovered local botanical gardens I didn't even know about. How could I not know about those? I didn't. And guess what? They offered classes. I just signed up for one on companion planting. If you're a gardening nerd, you understand my delight in that. And on the weekend, I discovered just blocks away, a boutique chocolate store. So delicious. Oh my gosh. I ate the almond clusters in one sitting. They were so good. So this morning I was just, with all these fabulous things that kept unfolding one after another, I was feeling a little spoiled. And I was wondering, is everyone getting these kind of goods from the universe lately? Or is it just me? Like, am I one of the favorites? And look, Mike Dooley's Notes from the Universe remind me that I am one of Universe's favorites. If you don't already receive those, you totally should sign up to get those Notes from the Universe. I don't know the URL, but it's worth Googling. They're so cool. Anyway, I was thinking, you know what? What's happening here is Universe is just saying yes to whatever I say. So when I say, what a great day, I'm so happy to be here, it says, yes, what a great day, so great to be here. And when I say, oh my God, this is a really big problem, it says, yes, you've got big problems. Hello, big problems. So I really get the credit, as well as Universe, for all this good stuff that's unfolding. But then I thought, you know what? No, I think there's good stuff for everyone, everywhere, all the time. It's just that sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. But it's always right there in front of us, even when we can't see it. Which makes me really glad that at least sometimes, on some days, I have eyes for the gifts. Not on every day, not in every mood, but lots of times I have eyes for the gifts. I love that phrase for it. I learned that from the NFL player on Survivor who got voted off by Boston Rob, his best friend. He thought they were in a really tight alliance. And Boston Rob blindsided him. And the guy, his name was Grant. When they do the exit interviews, with a guy who's just been ousted by surprise, not a good surprise. Normally those interviews are kind of mean. They don't have good things to say. But Grant, oh my gosh, even in that red hot moment of it, he said, I have eyes for the gifts. I tried to find the clip online. I wanted to watch the video of it again because this was years ago. But I loved it so much. I still have it. I wrote it on my whiteboard and it is still on there. I have eyes for the gifts. That's what I want. I want eyes for the gifts. The same way as Grant's getting voted off. Well, after he's voted off by his best friend. I mean, not just voted off, but betrayed by someone that he trusted. I found an interview where someone said, you said that there were gifts out on the island. What did you mean by that? And Grant says, many of them were just from a self-exploration point. Getting to know yourself so well in the situation you're in is a beautiful gift. To have participated in this game and to truly be open to see the things beyond the $1 million if you're willing to see, to delve inside yourself and get to know what's important in your life and what you hold dear. It's a beautiful gift. Oh, it just makes me emotional. It's beautiful. And you know what, you guys? This is not a talent that everyone naturally has. Well, maybe we were born with it, but over time, some of us maybe lose those skills. But they can be recultivated. It is a skill to be able to see the gifts, to be able to see the good news and notice what's going right. I call that being a gladinator. A gladinator, that's someone who's trained to see the positive in any situation they're confronted with. And if you know anyone with glad skills, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes they're super annoying when you're committed to seeing things as wrong or bad and they just aren't going there with you. It can be annoying. But boy, those are good skills to have. And I was thinking about how we get good at this, at having eyes for the gifts. I think it's just like anything, right? We practice. It's the same way my dad could spot deer on the mountain that I couldn't see. My ex-boyfriend too. Well, ex-fiance. They were hunters. They had developed hunter's eyes. And through all their years of looking for deer, they learned how to see them. Even though they're driving, they're supposed to be watching the road. They would look at the mountain to the side and they could see the deer. And I'm looking at the same mountain. I don't see any deer. And even when my dad taught me what to look for, he would see them when I couldn't see them. And I really wanted to. I wanted to be able to spot one before he did, so he would say, "Good eyes." But still, they saw them where I saw nothing. That's a hunter for you, right? Here's what I'm good at hunting. Things going right. Seeing the good news, right? Part of me being good at that is telling the story of it. So that's me speaking it into existence. It's part of what I'm doing right now. And that's how I develop my Gladinator skills, through practice. That's how we get good at it, you guys. Pollyanna is the pro at this. And after you read her story, you will see a whole nother level of how to practice this. There's one example from her book. She wanted a doll. She's, pretty broke, doesn't have a lot in life. She wants a doll, and instead they sent her crutches because that's all they had. Crutches she didn't even need. Well, that's what she was glad about, that she didn't need them. That's a Gladinator for you. Pollyanna's the pro. And look, I'm not saying we're supposed to be in happy, happy, joy, joy 24/7. There is a time for rotten moods and bad days and hissy fits and crying jags. I was wondering, what would you call a person who developed those skills? Maybe that'd be a grouchinator. Look, it is appropriate sometimes for us to go to those places, but it's worth stacking the deck in our favor by developing eyes for the gifts in life. And we do that by practicing. So this is your official invitation to get your Gladinator on, to make a point of looking for what's going right and celebrating the wins, big or small, as you're able to. It's the day in, day out practice that makes all the difference in how we experience life. So I hope you found some inspiration in developing eyes for the gifts. Thanks for listening, and happy manifesting.